This is the Troll Patrol. Live. With Justin. FREAKIN.
Welcome to the Troll Patrol. Live. It's a freaking Tuesday. We took yesterday off because it was the holiday weekend. I hope everybody had a fantastic July 4th. Even you, warlord, celebrating over there across the pond. Country that we separated from. I hope you checked out my Independence Day playlist, America Motherfucker, that I shared out in the Discord. I make the best Spotify playlist, and I have one for every occasion. So, wild-ass fucking weekend in the U.S. You motherfuckers got completely out of hand. We're going to talk about all that shit. Especially the police departments. The police kept doing stupid shit. The people doing stupid shit is to be expected. We're going to watch houses burn down. We're going to watch people shoot fireworks at each other. We're going to watch a fucking armed standoff on the goddamn highway. Wild ass weekend in the U.S. Hey, warlord, most of the poor people in the U.S. actually fought for the British. So I would assume if I was around in 1776, I would have been on your guys' side. A lot of people don't know that. Oh, we're going to go into a lot of the things right-wingers don't know about this fucking country because their ignorance was on full display trying to promote how much the other side hates America while proving they don't know jack about the country. Seriously. Wait till you hear what Kayleigh McEnany said on Fox News. Plus, alarming numbers show the pandemic is far from over, and everyone needs to get with the program and start taking it seriously. I saw where Boris is lifting the restrictions for you guys, in about 2 weeks? I don't know what things are looking like in the UK right now. But here in the US, it's looking pretty grim. We're going to go into all those stories, but first tonight, let's get a little update on my friend Matt Spear, the host of the Don't Unfriend Me podcast. As you guys know, I have a video of him. You can see the full thing on my Patreon for just $1 a month. Thank you to all the patrons I already have. You can see the clip where he face plants and says that he never gave me his phone number, and I have the receipt showing that he's telling me to call him. I had sat on that video for a couple of weeks, and the more I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? He called me a child rapist. He called me an anti-Semite. He called me every fucking name in the book while he bitches about socialism and the government. Well, I decided to send that video I have of him threatening my life to his employer, a company by the name of Valor Home, which promotes itself as being veteran-owned and ran, really plays up that whole patriotic notion in order to get people to patron their business. I think you're a hypocrite, motherfucker. You talk about how the government is so fucking evil. Yet your entire personality is based upon what you did for the government, that they trained you. They provided you a living, and now, even in the private sector, as a private citizen, you are still trying to scam people off of your veteran status. He called me. He called my personal cell phone on Saturday night, multiple times, at least 6 or 7. I didn't answer, I called it back. He made it sound like he was like, you're really easy to find. No, dude, you just went to my LinkedIn so you could find my employer to try to get me fired, but I think you might have realized I don't work for anybody. I work for myself. You can't get me fired. Anyway, he told me that he would see me soon. threatened me yet again. You know, the dude that claims he's for free speech against cancel culture. Threatened me yet again. I just laugh. Short of coming here and putting a bullet in my head, there ain't shit that you can do that isn't gonna be better for me. Sue me, dude. Get a restraining order against me. Come here and punch me in the fucking mouth. Everything works out better for me. Because it exposes your hypocrisy that some dumb fuck right-winger would try to come down here or retaliate against me because I made fun of him on the internet. Hypocrite. Dumbest fucks walking the planet. So, hey, Matt, come on, brother. I ain't scared of you. I got gigantic fucking balls, and I invite you to come suckle on them. All right, so let's get into all the stupid shit that went on over the long holiday weekend. We're going to start off, I think this was Friday, where the LAPD pulled a boneheaded move. Let's get the local news report on this.
17 people were injured after a load of confiscated fireworks blew up in a Los Angeles neighborhood.
Whoa, 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 whoa. They didn't just blow up on their own. The LAPD blew them up negligently. Let's just say that right off the bat. Ooh, truck did go boom.
Video here sending debris for blocks away. The LAPD actually loaded the illegal fireworks into an armored
Hey, if you guys love explosions, we got plenty of them here on this show.
Container yesterday to detonate them because they were too unstable to transport. It was just about 10 pounds, about 2.5 tons of fireworks found inside of a home in South Central neighborhood there. The explosion was heard and felt several blocks away.
Well, nobody ever accused the cops of being smart.
It felt like my whole bed like shaked, and I woke up, and the first thing I came out, I was like, where's my baby? Like, where's my mom? Like, I felt like an earthquake, and she's like, you felt that? My mom's like, you felt that? And I was like, yeah. Is everybody okay? And as soon as we came out, I started like looking around. The whole neighborhood was out.
9 police officers and an ATF agent are among the injured. One person was arrested and charged with reckless possession of a destructive device. An investigation is now underway to determine why the containment device did not work the way it was supposed to. And coming up at 4:30, we will go live to Los Angeles to get an update on that investigation and the injury.
Wow. And that's not the only stupid thing cops did. We're going to get to that here in a little bit. You're not going to believe what happened in Nashville. But first, let's go to this awesome old lady. This is from a 4th of July parade. It says Rockwell, Texas. Rockwell, Texas. Woman is being chased by police on her tractor as she tried to crash the parade. I think it was a woman.
What happened? I got it all on video too.
You did?
Oh yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. What should do? Steal a tractor or something?
No, it's her tractor, but
So it was her tractor. Let's get the full story here. A 61-year-old woman was arrested while driving a tractor Saturday after police said she refused to cooperate with officers and parade officials by joining the Rockwall 4th of July parade. This happened at about 11:30 a.m. when police were called about Lori Bostick causing a disturbance while driving a tractor in the Rockwall 4th of July parade staging area. Bostick was not allowed to take part in the parade route. Why? But police said she refused to cooperate with parade officials and officers and decided to join the parade anyway. Police said she was driving dangerously and refused orders from officers, and they tried to pull her over, but she refused to stop while driving her tractor. I don't understand what was wrong with the woman driving in the parade. I thought this was America. I thought we were celebrating freedom, motherfuckers, and you arrest a woman for wanting to drive in the 4th of July parade? Really? Shit. Out on the water. I'm sure a lot of people were out on the water for the weekend. This happened at Lake Lanier in Hall County, Georgia. Couple out enjoying the lake on the holiday weekend. Check out this boat right here behind them. Oh shit, it is the anniversary of the Capitol insurrection.
Videotape it, Mom. Videotape it. Videotape it. Mom, videotape it. Videotape it.
I'm trying. I can't get my phone working.
It's coming toward us. We may need to evacuate. Wait, we may need to evacuate. It's okay. It's okay.
I was about to say it's not on fire, but it appears like it is on fire now. What do you mean evacuate? You're in a boat. Just go away. Just go the other way. Like the Bill Hicks bit about Rodney King. Not Rodney King. What was the dude in the semi truck that got beaten in the Rodney King riots? Why you no step on the pedal? Exactly! They just need more freedom. That will put all the fires out. That fire in the Gulf, more freedom.
He's a very brave man, and he is Christian. So, yeah, there was a situation. I have no idea what it was. Everyone came to the boat, but we don't know that everybody's safe. Okay.
Oh, wow. It really caught fire later then. Freedom oil, is that what you fry freedom fries in? Now this, I believe, happened on Sunday, maybe Saturday night, who knows? People were setting off fireworks all goddamn weekend. This happened in, I think it's, it was in Knoxville. I thought it happened in Texas. It was Texas Avenue in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Never heard of it.
How's it just shooting fireworks at each other?
Oh, man, it's a nice car to be doing that too. Come on now.
I know.
True freedom as the Founding Fathers intended. Because the Founding Fathers knew all about freedom. Wait till you hear what Kayleigh McEnany has to say about that. Holy shit. I believe 2 houses burned down in that incident, but that could have been a different fireworks incident. This happened in Nashville. Car pulls up on another car at a stoplight. Boom. There was a firecracker into the back seat of a convertible. Shit. That probably caused some damage. Yes, we do not have an accurate count on how many houses burned down, how many fingers were lost, how many people were injured over the weekend, but I'm sure it was many because shit like this was going on. I watched Independence Day in 4K and surround sound. At least one death. Freedom, motherfuckers. Now, also in Nashville, the Nashville Metro Police Department says a miscommunication led to a delay of Nashville's July 4th fireworks show. Person on the roof of the bridge building along with serious miscommunication between... this story is written horribly. Let's listen to the local news say it.
Continuing coverage now on the 4th of July fireworks show incident downtown. City leaders are concerned with the miscommunication between security, Metro Police, and fire after 8 SWAT officers sheltered in place during the entire fireworks show. Fox 17 News' Amanda Chen is joining us live after speaking with city leaders and digging into what they feel should happen so incidents don't happen in the future like this one. Amanda.
What should happen so incidents don't happen?
Erica, city leaders told me they want answers and a proper investigation. What went wrong here at the bridge building?
Well, you're the cops. You've got the power to do that. What up, Adam?
Hundreds of thousands of people flooded the streets of Broadway on Sunday night to watch the largest fireworks display in the country. But before the show even...
Yes, the fucking scene on Broadway was insane. The COVID numbers are going to go through the roof about 2 weeks from now.
8 SWAT officers and a Metro Police officer were in the firework blast area.
You never want to have first responders be put at unnecessary risk, and I think that's where we got to last night.
Freddie O'Connell represents this district. A Nashville fire marshal noticed a person on the roof of the bridge building. A helicopter and SWAT officers came to the scene where they eventually found a total of 4 people at the building. Officials say the SWAT officers cleared the building to make sure no one was inside, but Metro Police say a security guard told a fire employee he was the last one in the building. Without going through proper protocols, someone was told the fireworks show could resume.
When you hear that there's some miscommunication, you do get concerned.
Officers were still in the building and had to shelter in place.
How concerning is it to you to know that there...
Well, that was where they were setting off the fireworks. That's why they're making a big deal about this, because they could have killed the cops, which, I mean, what a great show that would have been.
Were MNPD officers in the building when the fireworks started?
It's infuriating. You know, not sure who gave the final okay.
I tried reaching out to Metro Fire for an on-camera interview. They denied my request, but tell me the investigation is on.
Well, I mean, like, they were under where the city was going to be shooting the fireworks off. They were in a very, very unsafe place. That's why the cops got called, because that's where they were actually shooting the fireworks off, and the cops got caught in the fireworks show and had to, like, hunker down. We've got some pictures. They might show it on the screen here in a second.
Especially since, you know, the city just had a bombing 6 months ago, and, you know, who needs to be held accountable for this?
You sit everybody back down. You go back through the proper protocols and procedures. If there was something missing in those protocols,
kind of cut him off there, didn't they?
Right now, there are no charges against the 4 people who were escorted outside of the bridge building. However, again, this is still an active investigation. Reporting live in downtown Nashville, I'm Amanda Chin, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
I agree with all of my friends that have been saying, like, they're against the fireworks, at least residentially. Let the professionals set them off during a designated time. Everybody's aware of it. Got animals, you can huddle them up, you know, for like an hour on the 4th of July. I'm totally cool with that. Like, I'm usually worried about Smokey. Smokey does not like fireworks. Smokey does not like thunderstorms. Smokey, I got him nipped up though, and he actually sat here and watched the fireworks as I watched Independence Day. So, hey. Because I don't give a shit about fireworks. Who gives a shit about fireworks? You've seen them once, you've seen them a million times. You're exactly right. It's a waste of resources. But I mean, I don't claim to understand cop logic. I don't think they have logic, to be honest with you. Moving on, though, are you proud to be an American, or are you embarrassed? There was a flood of right-wing propaganda over the holiday weekend. This is one from, God, I don't even know what organization this is. Campus Reform, which is a right-wing group. They're doing, like, Steven Crowder-style shit.
To see if they're proud to be an American. Do they think that America is the greatest country in this world? And if not, can they name a better country?
I don't know, like the fucking 30 that rank ahead of us in goddamn everything? Boy, you wouldn't have shown it if you'd walked up to me and asked me that question, ma'am. The only thing we are the greatest country at is medical debt and people incarcerated. What a stupid hill to die on. I would turn it around on her like, what in the fuck do you think makes America great? Exactly. Please tell me. But we're going to see a theme here. It's just nothing but stupid faux nationalism in place of actual political discussion.
Let's find out. Are you proud to be an American?
No. I feel embarrassed to be an American every day. I think a lot of things about this country are really embarrassing. Just like, I mean, racist history,
Yes! Yes!
Currently, just what's going on with politics and the cops.
Not really in this climate. No, like, I'm a black person. So obviously I experience a lot of, there's like oppression that...
Psychological condition.
Not most of the time. I think sometimes it's just a little embarrassing. We claim to like support
And that's another thing with right-wingers, is heavily edited bullshit. All their pieces are.
everyone, but we continue to support Israel, which is, which are dislocating quite a few Palestinian people. And
Valid point. All of them have made valid points.
Be proud of what? What is there to be proud about if you're black and being because it's just like it's still a lot of stuff that goes on for black people.
I think that's a complicated question for me. I think I think most of the time no, at least over like the past.
And then you're exactly right. And we're going to see right-wingers complain. That's all they're going to do for like the next 20, 30 minutes as we watch this. Wait till you hear what Tom Cotton has to say about Captain America.
It's been tricky to, love to be an American.
Halfsies on that. Like, partly, because, I feel like there's certain topics where it's, very controversial, but, I don't know. I just think that our economy just cares about...
What's new, Adam?
They're humans, in general.
Love you, bro.
I wouldn't say that I am as proud as I was, but I would still say there's a little bit of country pride.
Do you think that America is the greatest country in this world?
Good Lord, no.
To be a white person, it's pretty good to live here, but overall, I don't think it's the greatest country in the world.
No.
I feel like the American dream is so sought after that it's not even a thing anymore.
I don't even really think there is an American dream really anymore. I mean, I would honestly rather kind of live somewhere else.
Yeah, wait, what American dream? My generation is the first generation to have a lower life expectancy. Wages have been stagnant my entire life. What are we great at?
I don't know. I'd say that it's the greatest in the Olympics.
This is hilarious that it's a propaganda piece for the right wing, though.
We have a reputation where it's you can come here and do what you want to be.
Because this piece was mocking them, and they've all gave great answers.
Can you name a country that's more welcoming than the United States?
Ooh, not really. I don't really know that. I don't really have that much information.
Can you name a better country than the United States in your opinion?
I'm not sure if I can.
By what metric would be my response?
Probably a really tiny European country that's thriving.
Ooh, good question. Europe?
Europe's not a country.
Well, you get what I'm saying.
Have you ever considered moving?
A country in Europe is what you meant.
Oh, absolutely. I think I had joked about it. Joked, but was, fully serious. Oh, I'm going to move to Canada.
Yeah, I'm the type of person that likes to help people, so I would actually consider going to someplace with more poverty.
Yeah.
probably.
Would you be willing to give up your U.S. citizenship?
Yeah. I mean, it's not that necessary. I mean, I can still take vacations here.
Definitely, 100%.
Actually, yeah.
Would you say that a college has helped shape your perception of being not proud to be an American?
I would say yeah, because I went
What,
to
history?
So yeah, definitely.
Yes, absolutely. I went
Because
to
we're gonna see exactly
bubble school, so I know it's
how well right-wingers know history here in just a second.
to the choir, but I think I learned a lot that I'm from Georgia, and I would have never learned if I had not taken those classes, just about the way the justice system works and zoning laws and everything.
Oh, she got some of that critical race theory.
A lot of these things.
This was from Campus Reform, America's #1 source for college news. The piece I'm actually reading from is the New York Post. Instead of getting patriotic responses in the lead up to America's birthday, the reporter found that the majority of them struggled to say they were proud of being American, with several even admitted that they were embarrassed and gave great answers as to why. Lily Tang Williams, a U.S. citizen who immigrated from China, told Fox and Friends on Saturday that she felt sorry for those young students. I don't know why. They were all intelligent. They reminded me of my past living in communist China for 23 years, and I was indoctrinated to believe everything the government told me and that Chairman Mao Zedong told me. Mao? How old is this woman? Shit. So just think about that for a second. These students that are critical of the country that they live in remind this Chinese dissident of China. How? In China, they make you say that the CCP is great. They make you worship the state. How does this criticism of the government of the country remind you of China? You would think, but they don't want people to express their views. They don't believe in freedom. It's the same. That's the reason why I have so many problems with these idiot-ass right-wingers and their podcasts. Don't unfriend me. Bridging the divide. Hear me out. There are all these, like, they paint themselves as center-of-the-road moderates that are reasonable, but in reality, all of the fucking shit they promote is like, the Democrats are evil and bringing socialism to the country. Complete nonsense. They never know where they fall on the political spectrum. No, ma'am. Lily Tang Williams from Fox and Friends. Let me tell you what should remind you of fucking China. Let me tell you what should remind you of China. This kind of shit. This shit's scary. There you go, obey. Well, it's Walmart in Texas, so people like me that would have walked through the shop with both fingers up in the air, wearing my shirt that says the government protecting and serving the shit out of you, wouldn't be in a Walmart in Texas. That's like China. And boy howdy do they lose their fucking minds if you say, wait a minute, maybe that song doesn't represent me. Maybe we want to sing a different patriotic song. Boy, that will blow some right-wing heads. There was backlash over Vanessa Williams performing for Independence Day before it even happened. Williams hosted PBS's A Capital Fourth on Sunday, and it had been announced that she would sing Lift Every Voice and Sing, which has become known as the Black National Anthem. In the promotion leading up to the show, Williams talked about including the song. Conservative Twitter jumped on the national anthem part of and declared it's divisive, segregation, and racist to have any anthem other than the Star Spangled Banner, which talks about how slaves should be grateful to be in this country. It was scheduled to be performed by Grammy Award-winning Renee Fleming. Still, others supported Williams and chalked the whole thing up to social media, doing what it does best, outrage. In launching into the song, Williams, who also performed God Bless America earlier in the program, said she was filled with the spirit of freedom and the perseverance that is required to achieve the most precious right. But right-wingers are against that. Now, would you be proud of a country that gets upset over a woman singing a patriotic song? Would you be proud of a country that creates a billionaire that does something like this? Tell me this isn't fucking embarrassing. Mark fucking Zuckerberg. Oh, shit. Oh, here we go.
There is.
Oh, shit. Somebody's parody. Let's see the original video. Don't make me watch it on Instagram. Oh, I'm not logged in. Let me go in. Let's enable, blah, 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 blah. Oh, fucking shit. Well, it's stupid. It's just Zuckerberg riding like some kind of hoverboard, some kind of hoverboard with a motor on it. I don't care enough to go find it. Fuck it. He's not goddamn Captain America, that's for sure. But boy, howdy, does Tom Cotton have a problem with Captain America.
Captain America on how America is built on lies. You got to hear this. Here's the quote. Here's the thing about a dream, though. A dream isn't real. I'm starting to think America actually has two dreams and one lie. The first American dream is the one that isn't real. Is some people expect just to be handed to them, and then they get angry when it disappears. When the truth is, it never really existed in the first place. It doesn't get along nicely with reality.
Nope.
Other culture, immigrants. The poor, we're at our best when we keep no one out. A good dream is shared radically, shared with everyone. When something isn't shared, I can become the American lie. I think this is such terrible rhetoric. I mean, it is true that we didn't live up to our documents, but the documents weren't flawed. It was the human beings, right?
Yeah. I mean, Lawrence, it sounds like Captain America may need a demotion to lieutenant after that speech. But this is what happens when you
He's trying to cancel culture. One, a captain clearly doesn't support the troops. Two, it's a fictional character, you idiot. Oh my God.
when you allow left-wing activists to write your comic books, and it reflects a kind of march through our cultural institutions.
Captain America, the Nazi puncher.
Schools and indoctrinating our kids to believe that kind of nonsense. Over the weekend, you saw the New York Times running a long story about how the flag, for goodness sake, is now a divisive symbol for many Americans. Look, we should be proud of our heritage.
It is. Let me explain to you, Senator Cotton, why the flag is divisive. Because people wave it around, acting like they're patriots, but do the exact opposite. Trump supporters are the ones waving the flag everywhere, hate this fucking country, attacked Congress. That's why the flag is divisive, because people like you like to stand behind it, not actually standing for what it's supposed to stand for. You want to wrap yourself in the flag and still be a fascist asshole.
And our founding principles. 245 years ago this weekend,
That's true, but that's a a Trump supporter would fucking have both the Confederate flag, the Tennessee battle flag, by the way, and the U.S. flag. It's a weird dichotomy.
Not just because of local grievances over taxes or the quartering of soldiers, but because they wanted to found a new republic dedicated to the proposition
and a Trump flag.
Men are created equal, as Abraham Lincoln said at the Gettysburg Address. Now, we haven't always achieved that in practice, but our history has been one of continually struggling to realize those ideals. That's exactly what Dr. Martin Luther King said in his
You're the asshole we're struggling against to realize those ideas. Don't you dare allow your mouth to say the words MLK.
I Have a Dream speech, in which he explicitly and repeatedly invoked the Declaration and said that
slavery, genocide, and a fucking white ethno-state. That's exactly the history of this country.
We should teach our children, whether it's in the schools or
in even then, they didn't just want white people to vote. They wanted it to only be rich white men. Rich. People, even me as a white man, if I was around in 1776, I probably would have fought for the British like the other poor people did.
Or yes, our comic books, to be proud of and celebrate America's traditions.
Right. I mean, the irony, he's Captain America, right, Senator? And I think you're spot on when you talk about this is the latest thing that they're taking over. And it's also self-serving, because if the American dream is dead, if it's rigged, guess what? We need big government. We need Democrats. So you're spot on there, Senator. Thanks so much for joining us.
It is dead. It is rigged. And we do need Democrats. But we don't just need Democrats, because most of them are fucking bought and paid for and corrupt. We need actual progressives, actual leftists. Are fireworks racist? Yes, it still makes it to where that landowners have a far greater voice in elections. It makes it to where fucking conservatives in Wyoming are weighted to be, what is it, like 7 times more, 8 times more their vote is worth than somebody in California? Fuck that shit. The New York Post is accusing the National Geographic of tweeting that July 4th fireworks are racist. National Geographic actually tweeted out that scientists found that vulnerable people in communities of color are disproportionately exposed to air pollution from fireworks celebrations. Which makes perfect sense. Seems like a valid point to make. But of course, the New York Post is going to run with it and be like, Nat Geo thinks fireworks are racist. Just like when Pete Buttigieg, who sucks ass, but was correct on this point, said that the interstate highway system had racism built into it. And they're all like, now Democrats think roads are racist. No, the system is racist. Yep. But I mean, they aren't done being upset. They're not done being aggrieved. Hold on. Conservatives rip NPR over Declaration of Independence disclaimer. The disclaimer read, 245 years ago today, leaders representing 13 British colonies signed a document to declare independence. It says that all men are created equal, but women, enslaved people, indigenous people, and many others were not held as equal at that time. What NPR said was 100% a fact. That is a historical fact. In a separate tweet, the outlet said the document features flaws and deeply ingrained hypocrisies. Also a fact. Several prominent conservatives seized on NPR's characterization of the Declaration. I mean, defund NPR, which they don't even really receive that much funding. It's like a fucking fraction of what they receive. They're not even a public entity anymore. Why in the hell are American taxpayers funding this nonsense? What nonsense, sir? Truth? History? The Declaration of Independence requires what is essentially a trigger warning at the start to let people know that they're about to read something offensive, at least according to NPR. Maybe we should add a similar rider to our tax dollars to fund NPR. No, they're adding historical context. So all these fucking idiots that are out here like, well, this is the greatest country on earth. Aren't you proud to be an American? Can get a dose of facts. NPR has long drawn criticism from conservatives who see its coverage as too far to the left. I'll never forget the time where they tweeted out the Declaration of Independence on July 4th. This was a couple of years ago. I wanted 2017, 2018, one or the other, early on in the Trump administration. They tweeted out all the sections of the Declaration of Independence, and right-wingers were commenting that it sounded like commie propaganda and anti-Trump propaganda. Right-wingers thought the Declaration of Independence was anti-Trump propaganda. I'm not making that up. But they know nothing. They know nothing about the history of this goddamn country. Just like the former press secretary for the president
from hating
goes on Fox fucking News and says this.
That is clear. And they never take a day off of getting the facts wrong. We know most of our forefathers, all of our main founding fathers were against slavery, recognized the evils of it. There's a great piece to that end on Heritage called 1776, not 1619. But I'll leave it to you. You know, they're so wrong on so much. Where to begin? Starting with you, Bill Bennett, the haters never take a day off from hating. That is clear. And they never take a day off of getting the facts wrong. We know most of our forefathers, all of our main founding fathers were.
And she's so confident as she hates on people. Talking about the haters. Getting facts wrong.
Against slavery, recognize the evils of it. There's a great piece to that end on Heritage called 1776, not 1619. But I'll leave it to you. You know, they're so wrong on so much. Where to begin? Starting with you.
The majority of signers of the Declaration of Independence owned slaves. 41 of 56 owned slaves. Somebody else pointed out Jefferson and Washington owned like 900 slaves between them. So here's the piece from a few years ago. Some Trump supporters thought NPR tweeted propaganda. It was the Declaration of Independence. 113 consecutive posts in 140 character increments. This was July of 2017. Idiots, complete idiots. But they're certain that we hate America and we don't know what we're talking about. Right? Charlie Kirk said exactly that over the weekend, sharing out this video. Destroys America-hating student.
By every standard possible. Most patents. How about the most patents? The most medical advancements, the most diseases eradicated, the most money ever given away, the most wealth ever created? No.
One, Charlie, I'm disputing your fucking facts there. I don't think you're correct on any of that shit, sir.
But I know far more about economics than anyone who went to the London School of Economics. Happy to. So most monopolies are created by government. Sure. Yes, but I do understand Keynes. I understand.
He knows more about economics than anybody that went to an economics school. He's really gotten Trumpian. And he thinks he understands it. Jesus.
And all that horrible economic theory. Yeah, the government is the ultimate monopoly. Right? How is it not? Government has a monopoly on power.
Let me ask a question. So if
Sure.
you understand this monopolistic economic structure, then how can you say that patents like incentives restrictive? Like
They do actually. I think patent law should be mostly de-emphasized.
Whoa. So he used that as supporting evidence. We've created the most patents, but I think patent law should be disincentivized. What?
No, I think patents should be about a year or 2 years, not 30 or 40 years. So
so
that's.
you do believe in like kind of making sure that a patent doesn't like get
So who issues a patent? Who issues a patent? Okay, so government is the ultimate monopoly. We agree. You just agree. It is the ultimate monopoly. Government.
No, sir. You believe in private property. That's the fundamental foundation of capitalism. What you just described was the government enforcing property rights. Not a government being a monopoly.
Government has the power to shut down business, to audit people they disagree with.
In the United States, it's right now pharmaceutical lobbyists who have.
No, I totally agree. You have nothing but agreement with me on that.
Exactly. So like, how can you say that? But the farm health, that's also the corporation.
I'm not defending that system, but you want to talk about excellence? We have the most amount of patents in the world that eradicate disease, that improve people's standard of living. It could be vastly, no, because it's a standard, because patents in
Well, you're exactly right. And it's the same way with all the right-wingers that I try to, have debates with. They're authoritarians that believe in a hierarchy. They are conserving the status quo. That's what a conservative does. Protect the system as it is. So it doesn't matter what the facts are to Charlie Kirk. He's going to move the goalposts to something he thinks makes his argument.
in general, that the entire Western world has not been able to duplicate or replicate.
Because, no. Wouldn't you say that because the patent structure right now is...
Hey, Charlie. Cuba used to rank ahead of us. I think they rank like 1 or 2 spots below us in healthcare outcomes. They've been embargoed from the rest of the world for what, 70 years now? 60? They are one of the most, how do I put this? They are one of the countries that has come up with some of the most advancements in medicine because they've had to, because they've been walled off from the rest of the fucking world. So they have a vaccine right now that I believe is almost as effective as ours, that they are giving out to people in the world. And for many years, they ranked ahead of us in healthcare outcomes.
It could be vastly improved. I'm not defending the patent system. I'm defending the ingenuity that's embedded in the American system.
The 3-shot vaccine.
Totally. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, it's more effective? Oh, shit.
But it could be even better. We're not a perfect country. But I'm gonna say it louder. America is the greatest country ever to exist. Prove me.
By what metric? Prove you wrong. By what metric, sir? What are you measuring by that we're the greatest? You're just pulling it out of your ass.
You're wrong.
Nagasaki, Fallujah, Syria.
Great does not mean perfect. Wait, how about World War II, pushing back the Nazis, Normandy Beach, reclaiming Berlin?
Sir, Charlie, I would hate to inform you, but one of the reasons why the Nazis were able to come to power was because of American goddamn bankers and American industry. The Russians won World War II, and then the U.S. brought the Nazis here and helped them escape to Argentina. The Civic Center in the town I am sitting in right now is named after an SS officer. Fuck you, Charlie.
The very end? You mean when over 300,000 Americans died in the European theater and you're trying to diminish the...
7 million Russians!
Ohio and Pennsylvania.
I had to look it up the other day. Matt questioned me on that, and he asked me how many Russians died. And I'm like, hundreds of thousands? Millions? And then I had to look it up to get the actual number. It was 7 million. Why can't these kids be proud of this country? Why can't these kids be fucking Proud Boys, right? Unauthorized 4th of July parade in Cresswell, Oregon draws hundreds. It had participation from groups like the Proud Boys, who are actually very patriotic, apparently. The group was refused a parade permit by the city council. The organizers said they were going to have the parade anyway, because they don't actually believe in the laws of this country and following the laws. Lane County Sheriff Sergeant Scott Denham and his deputies decided they were very outnumbered when they saw there were at least a couple of hundred people assembling in a parking lot for the parade, so the sheriff decided just to let them have their parade. A known terrorist group. Cops were like, well, we're outnumbered. Just let them have their parade. If it was BLM, they'd be fucking shooting rubber bullets, tear gas canisters, assaulting them. Fuck off. Now, they just let them have their parade. Do you know what happens? Do you know what happens when you just let the fucking Nazis march all over everything? They get emboldened. They start doing shit like they did in Philly over the weekend.
Too scared to take the mask off. Too scared.
Shame!
Of course.
Shame on you.
Oh, I wonder why the flag might be a little divisive when there's literal goddamn Nazis marching in our streets carrying the flag, claiming they're the real fucking patriots. I wonder why the flag might be divisive, you stupid ass right-wingers.
Oh, you call my mama a bitch! I'll fuck you up!
Too scared to take the mask.
Looks like several of them are waving the flag with the 13 stars.
Shame on you!
Exactly right. They do not stand down when they're outnumbered by peaceful protesters.
Guys, come on!
I can't imagine what it would be like to just be standing on the streets and see Nazis walking by in the U.S. And they do get run off.
Oh my god, tear gas, guys, get! Huh? There's tear gas. It's like white supremacists.
Yeah, they are. They're not like white supremacists. They are white supremacists.
Come on, Mom. It's like stank or some shit.
Because they have white hats on.
Nazi punks, get out.
Yo. I got that on camera.
I just sit in here, Philly was fuck around and find out, fucking Nazis.
Fuck around and find out, fucking Nazis. Let's see what they found out. It didn't go too well for them, I don't believe. Terrified white supremacists run away after Philadelphia march goes awry. They literally ran away from the people of Philadelphia. Michael Crum, a police officer in the city, told ABC station WPVI.
In the birthplace of this country.
Yeah, it was in Philadelphia for a very obvious reason. They were 200 masked and khaki-clad members of the Patriot Front organization. They chanted about the election and reclaim America, engaged in pushing and shoving with people, and took a reporter's cell phone. Okay, so here's where they get chased away by two randos. I think that's just a section of the video we were watching earlier. So here's more footage of the white supremacist group Patriot Front trying to use their Toys R Us shields to protect themselves from getting beat up.
Yeah, you real fucking cool. Yeah, you real fucking tough. You real tough. You real tough, you fucking stupid animal.
And you know, I want to... Hey, Matt, if you're watching this show right now, you went to great pains to tell me that you're not a racist. Why don't you devote your show to standing up against these assholes? Why don't you go to the streets of Philadelphia and fight off the Nazis in our actual country instead of getting on your YouTube show talking about how I'm the problem? Fucking idiot. This happened. An armed standoff on the fucking highway. I believe this was Thursday night. Maybe it was Friday night. I'm sorry, Friday night. I-95 partially closed for hours after police standoff with armed men. 11 people were taken into custody Saturday after an hours-long standoff with police early Saturday outside of Boston. While police engaged in negotiation, members of the group engaged the public on social media, saying their group was called Rise of the Moors. The card says Moops. The heavily armed men were said to be driving from Rhode Island to Maine for training. Let's see one of the live streamed videos by a member of the group.
Moors helping us, notifying their chain of command of what's going on. We're still here. We're still safe. The lieutenant has informed us that they're going to move some of their vehicles, and they're doing that now. It's cold out here, so I'm shivering. That's why I sound like this. We've been out here since about 2 a.m. It's about 4 a.m. It's so we've been out here since 1:53 a.m. It is July 3rd, 2021. We are in North America, Morocco. We are on the Interstate 95 near exit 57.4. The mile marker is right near this police vehicle, which they're going to be moving it soon, and I'll be able to walk up because I don't want them to think anything funny. But in fact, I'll just show you for the record because we already assured them that we're going to be peaceful, so they have nothing to worry about. But the mile
They have nothing to worry about.
Was right here. So that's where we are. I reassured them that we are not sovereign citizens. I reassured them that we are not black identity extremists. I reassured them that we are not anti-police. I reassured them that we are not anti-government. I reassured them that these men here will not be pointing guns at them. I reassured them that we're trying to...
Well, then what good are you?
I reassured them that I'm willing to give them any information that is necessary to ensure that we can come to a peaceful resolution, so that way they can issue a summons to us in court and handle this civilized. I've also specified how, according to the United States Supreme Court, Younger versus the state of Hawaii, the United States Supreme Court stated how the possession of a firearm is not a crime. It constitutes no offense, which means they have no right or authority to detain us. I also specified how, according to the United States federal law, we have the right...
I agree with him there, but like...
So, with that being said...
The cops don't follow the law.
Detained here. We were not pulled over. We had stopped to fuel our vehicle. I'm going to show you for the record. I also have a body cam. It's still recording. My body cam is right here. The red light indicates that that's recording. Our vehicle is full of camping equipment, which supports what I said about how we're going to our private land to train, which is our Second Amendment right. I also specified how, according to the federal laws of the United States, peaceful journey, we have the right to travel as long as we're not making any unnecessary stops. I assured the police that we prepared for this because we prepared to abide by federal law, the federal laws of the United States, including the treaty laws of the United States. So I ensured...
By the way, this is the first time I've actually delved into this. I just saw the headline. This was not what I was expecting.
So that way we don't have to make any unnecessary stops, so that way we could have just passed through their state. They specified how they were trying to protect public security and public peace, and I specified how we were just traveling through. We weren't going to stop, and we weren't going to stop at any gas stations because that could have alerted the public, which is why we have the gas tanks right here and right here. So that way we can avoid having to stop at gas stations, so that way we don't alert the public, and there's no need for them to be here. But they're the reason why we're still here. We've been asking to go on our peaceful journey. Yeah. Yes, I do. I'm live right now.
I believe so. We'll get the details here in a second, hopefully.
All right.
I thought I'd read that they took off into the forest, but clearly
Can you hold this and just point it at them? Yep.
they're communicating with the cops.
Bro, it is cold out here, man.
So I assume that cold front went up the East Coast.
Just a reminder to everyone out there, we've committed no crimes. They had no probable cause to stop us in the first place. And right now, here we are. Over again?
Oh yeah, we're gonna watch the beach get evacuated.
57.4, front of exit 57.
The video's frozen, but they're still talking. Okay, there we go.
We're here with our nation's flag, and they're violating foreign treaties.
They're not sovereign citizens, but they believe they are a part of a different nation. The incident started around 1:30 a.m. when state police noticed two cars stopped at the side of I-95 near Wakefield, Massachusetts, apparently out of fuel. As troopers stopped to assist, they noticed that some individuals near the cars had military-style gear and were carrying long guns and pistols. Police requested backup and thus began a standoff that lasted several hours. The men refused to lower their weapons, saying that they don't recognize our laws. It's weird because that's not what they said in the video we just watched. Some of the armed men fled into a nearby wooded area, and a portion of I-95 was closed for several hours. Around 4 a.m., a man whom the Boston Globe identified as Jamal Talib Abdullah Bey said he was broadcasting live from I-95 and said that he told police they had nothing to fear. As police tactical teams brought in armed vehicles to surround the area and negotiators interacted with the men, they ultimately surrendered. State police don't have any knowledge about this particular specific group, but as state police, it is not unusual for us to encounter people that have sovereign citizen ideologies. I'm not saying that this group does, but we've had those encounters before in the past. The group calls itself Rise of the Moors. Same man appearing to be Bey said in a later video this, which we're going to watch, because I am highly interested.
On Interstate 95 in Massachusetts.
So
near,
I guess this is later in the morning.
57, mile marker 57.4. They specified in the news that we're anti-government, but we're not. We're not anti-government. We're not anti-police. We're not sovereign citizens. We're not black identity extremists. As specified,
I didn't see them pointing guns, and cops lie.
That,
so
we're abiding by the peaceful journey laws of the United States, federal courts. So just look up Title 18 of United States Code, subsection 926 alpha or 925 alpha, if I'm not mistaken, as well as the decision of the United States Supreme Court, Young versus Harris, which specifies that merely carrying an arm, or it says, being in the possession of a gun per se constitutes no offense. So we haven't violated any laws. The police seen us on the side of the road with our guns secured. We were afraid, so we got out with our arms, and I have a body camera that's been recording the whole time. Excuse me. Reassured them multiple times that we're abiding by the federal laws as well as the judicial opinions of the United States Supreme Court and things like that. But they keep portraying us as being anti-government, but we're not anti-government at all. So please share this video out again.
But they think they're a part of another nation or some shit.
Massachusetts, going north on I-95 near exit 57. So yeah, that's basically it.
So they've got the website here, riseofthemoors.org.
What's up? Who's that?
This is my cousin. You can address him.
Okay, so we're on their website right now. Who are the Moors? Moors historically are known as the revealers of the light. We are mostly known for educating many civilizations and paving the way for Europe's Renaissance and Enlightenment. Because of Moorish innovation and science came algebra, arithmetic, compasses, and tools. That doesn't tell me who you guys are. Huh. This seems like some kind of religious bullshit. Savior of humanity. I don't know.
This is Rico.
Peace, Rico.
Let him know what we need, and he works in tech.
Is he on speaker?
No.
Oh, I'll put you on speaker. Peace. I'm live on YouTube right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'd also like to point out how many thousands of dollars of equipment they have.
Sure.
So that way, you know, if you're gonna publish this, or
This is not a ragtag group. They are well funded.
what's going on, you could basically have eyewitness news because they're not letting the news in here, so no one really knows what's going on except for me and the police and now you. If you're gonna be, you know, open to being actually reporting the story for what it is, you know.
What's your YouTube channel?
Say again.
What's your YouTube?
Rise of the Moors, R-I-S-E, of, O-F, the, T-H-E, Moors, M-O-O-R-S.
Alright, I got it.
Yeah, you should see me live now.
Website Rise of the Moors explains that Moors are not sovereign citizens because sovereignty does not stand alone, but can rather be considered synonymous with nationality. The records show that the Moors are the organic or original sovereigns of this land, America. When we declare our nationality as Moorish Americans, we are taking back the position as the aboriginal people of the land to which the sovereign power is vested in. Bay's group may be associated with the Moorish Sovereign Citizens Movement, which the Southern Poverty Law Center characterizes as an offshoot of the anti-government Sovereign Citizens Movement. Moorish sovereigns have come into conflict with state and federal authorities over their refusal to obey laws and government regulations. The Moorish Sovereign Movement is a rapidly growing group of people who believe that they belong to a sovereign nation that has a treaty with the U.S., but otherwise operates outside of the federal and state laws. They rely on an alternative history that borrows from Moorish Science Temple, Black Hebrew Israelism, Nation of Islam, UFO theories, phony Native American tribes, and the pseudo-legal arguments crafted by white supremacist patriot groups in the 1970s. Well, wild. I'm looking at their website, kind of gave me, you know, saw some red flags. Claiming your founder is the savior of humanity is probably not going to endear you to a person like me. Now, here's one that kind of went under the radar. Chicago police say an Iowa man had a rifle inside his hotel room. It looks like a maid in the hotel
police say the Iowa
possibly prevented a mass shooting. So let's listen to the local report.
Steele has been cooperative since they arrested him on the 4th of July in his 12th floor Lakeshore hotel room. However, tonight, detectives are not saying what his intentions were with a precision scope rifle and multiple magazines of ammo on the windowsill. And during a bond hearing this afternoon, Cook County prosecutors did not reveal what he may have been up to.
We had reports from an employee of the hotel of a rifle and handgun in a very suspicious position inside one of the rooms.
The room here at the W Hotel overlooking Oak Street Beach, in sight of Navy Pier and what's known as the Playpen, a coveted harbor where pleasure boats park for hours on end. An employee of the housekeeping department reported to police having seen guns in the room. Authorities moved in, saying they found a .308 rifle with a laser scope made by PTR Industries, a well-known maker of firearms. Police also say they found several loaded magazines and a .45 pistol. They arrested 32-year-old Keegan Castile, a visitor from Ankeny, Iowa, north of Des Moines, where he owns this auto repair shop. Castile and a woman described by prosecutors as his wife was also in the room, and law enforcement sources tell the I-Team that their 2 young children were also along on the trip.
And there's no previous criminal history of this person.
Whoa. From the description thus far, it sounds like it was just a citizen being a U.S. citizen, and the cops were anxious. Now, I guess guns are illegal in Chicago. I don't know what the exact laws are. Perhaps that's the issue.
Nor any other issues in our federal databases, but obviously very concerning given the position of the W Hotel to Navy Pier.
In court, Cook County Judge David Navarro noted that Castile's Iowa gun permits don't give him permission to have them in Chicago. Bond set by Navarro requires $1,000 cash for Castile's release.
I'm not happy about that. Unfortunately, because he was charged with mere possession illegally in the city.
Well, that's the only thing he did.
That he could have been held. But luckily, he was questioned.
You can't arrest people for what the crimes they might commit.
Screen of the FBI.
Castile's public defender declining comment, and his family has been unreachable today, even though CPD Superintendent David Brown framed this as a tragedy averted. There has been no evidence made public or used by prosecutors that this was a mass attack in the works from a sniper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Had that, typically they would have used it in court and asked for a much higher bond or outright detainment. Alan?
Yeah, this is I don't know if I'm into this. Also not the story I thought it was. So yeah, I don't know what Mayor Lightfoot wanted him charged with. That's the only possession was the only thing he did. And I don't even know if that was. I guess he's guilty of possession, but like, did the cops have the right to enter his room? I don't know. This man didn't have his rights violated. I don't know. We're gonna need more information about this. Once again, I don't trust the cops. All right, this is one that's been making the rounds on social media. White man who pushed black neighbor during racist rant has been arrested. Get the original video. Here we go. This video has been making the rounds. Let's go back just a little bit.
My parents are both dead too. And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Nothing. What you gonna do? Nothing. All what you do is harass all people. That's all you know how to do. These motherfuckers are taking
So we are watching a confrontation. I believe it's the black man's home. Go back just a little bit further. When he steps up here.
Come harass all
Yo,
people.
you want to know why I'm going after him?
I don't care. I don't give a shit.
So why you're here?
I don't give a shit.
So why you're here?
I don't give a shit.
Then get the fuck out of here then.
I don't give a shit.
Put your hands over me one more time.
Oh, you put your hands on me. Come close to me.
Hold on.
Come
Camera's
close to me.
right there.
I know, right there. Come
That's
close
right
to me.
there.
Come
The
close
rolling
to me.
jerseys, back up.
Come close
Back
to me.
up. Keep
Come
backing
close to
up.
me. Back up. Don't touch me.
Keep backing up.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Is this bionic Dan Badondi? Did he get all potato in this man's face?
Vito, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Fucking bastard.
That's right.
Yeah.
My parents are both dead.
Yeah,
You're
what
right.
the fuck? My parents are both dead too.
And what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Nothing.
What you gonna do?
Nothing.
All what you do is harass all people. That's all you know how to do.
These motherfuckers are taking
I
our
don't
fucking
give
money.
a shit.
Well then
I
shut the
don't
fuck
give a-
up.
You shut the fuck up, monkey. White monkey.
You're
Motherfucker.
right. You're right.
Get the fuck out of here. You can't do shit. Touch him. Touch him. That's all I want you to do. Touch him.
Suit up for you.
Touch him. That's all I want you to do. Touch him.
I know better.
Oh, good, you know better. Get the fuck out of here.
I got you 3 times touching.
I don't give a
Brandon,
shit.
Don't worry.
I don't give a shit about you.
That's
Get
called
the fuck
assault.
out of here.
I'm gonna wait for the cops to show up. And that's called assault.
Yes. Wait for them to come here. Wait for them.
We will.
Yes.
I don't think you want the cops to show up, sir.
This isn't their property, you dumb fuck.
You dumb fuck. This is
They
their
don't
house.
know this is common
They
ground.
have-
You dumb, ignorant
They
nigger.
have rights over
No,
this
they
property.
don't.
Yes, they do.
They don't
Yes,
have any
they do.
right.
Get the fuck out of
No
here.
right. This is called common ground.
Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. That's all you know how to do. Walk up, harass all people.
Nobody's harassing anybody.
Yes, you have been.
Yes, you're harassing him.
Everything's recorded.
I don't
so
give
she
a
heard
shit.
Everything I
I
said.
don't give a
I want to have a
shit.
conversation.
I do not
If
give
you
a
don't
shit.
give a shit, then get
I
the
don't
fuck
give a
out of here.
shit. I don't give a shit about you. I give a shit about them. So you get the fuck out of here.
Okay, I have every right to be here like you do.
Oh yeah.
Just like he does right here. This is called common property.
I don't care.
Okay, well if you don't care,
Walk away.
learn your laws.
Walk away.
It's not Africa.
Oh, this is Africa.
It's not Solomon or wherever the fuck you were.
I was born in America.
Well,
sir.
then you know
I
what
was
common
born in
ground.
America.
What's common ground?
And I don't give a shit
Common
about
ground.
you.
If
You
you don't
can't
give a
be saying
shit,
about shit. Go out, go back to your house,
I'm
go
right
walk
here.
your dog, go do your shit.
I'm right here.
Okay, stay there right there. Do not talk to him. Do not harass him.
Make sure.
I'm going to stay
This
right
monkey
here.
over here, this monkey over here, both have videotape of you putting your hands on me twice.
Oh yeah, exactly. So what the fuck are you going to do about it?
I'm going to press charges.
Go on there.
We will.
Go
And
on
you want
there.
to know what the police can do?
What will the police do?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Because they have no jurisdiction here.
Okay, they don't. Okay,
I believe you're wrong about that, sir. I believe you're wrong about all this.
So when they get here, I'm going to walk them the fuck off like I just did in front of Verlin's house.
Okay.
Who's Verlin?
Okay, I don't give a shit. I don't care.
The secretary of the board. Her and her daughter are the fuck out of here.
I do not care. I do not care. You will not going to harass them. You will not going to talk to them. Keep laughing.
I am.
Yo, good.
I will.
Oh, good. Keep laughing. That's all
Keep
you know
running
how to
your
do.
mouth.
That's all you know how to do.
That's it.
That's it. That's all you know how to do.
I didn't touch you. You touched me.
I don't give a shit.
That's good.
I
As
don't
long
give a
as you
shit.
know that.
Yes, exactly. I don't give
Cool.
two shits about it. You can't go press charges. I don't give two shits about it.
Hold on. You're right.
I don't
Hold
give a
on.
shit.
Why
Don't
can't I
talk to
press?
me.
Why can't I press charges? Why can't I press charges? They have no jurisdiction here. Nothing. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Dude, some cops with some jurisdiction are going to show up.
Brandon, you have no idea what you're getting involved in.
Don't talk to me.
And if you want to be, I'm going to talk whoever I want.
Exactly. Don't talk to me.
If you want to get involved in this,
Don't
you know
talk
what
to me.
happened to the last one?
I know what you did. You broke that window. So what
Windows.
the fuck you did?
Dude,
I don't care.
Cookie's
No.
windows got shot out with a shotgun.
I don't care.
222s to their fucking front face.
I do not care.
In Cherry Hill,
I
their
don't
fucking
care.
daughter got smashed.
Exactly. I don't
Is
care.
that what you want? No. And you want to know where I was when all this happened?
I don't care.
At work, monkey.
I don't care where you were.
At morgue. Just like I told the Mount Laurel police, get these fucking monkey niggers out of here and you can't do shit. That's me talking shit. 3602 Gramercy Way, that's where I live. Come fucking see me. So
Wait till you guys find out what happens.
So you know what you see? Bring whoever.
If you're a racist asshole, I would advise not giving out your address to the internet.
Why are you back over here?
Somebody called me.
Someone called you. It's private property. You have no jurisdiction here whatsoever.
I do
None.
when somebody calls me.
Hold on.
I need bathroom.
You know what? Hold on.
Back
Go ahead.
up.
No.
We are in New Jersey.
Go talk to these fucking niggers. Go ahead.
Stop,
Fuck you. Go talk to the niggers. Let them know what I'm all about and what their fucking rights they have.
All right. You want to go back to your house? I'll come back to you.
No, I'll stay right here. It's common property.
Okay.
Have a nice night.
You guys
Brandon,
from 1101? Oh, yeah. How's it going?
I'm going to let you guys get an education right now.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'll do my job. All right?
Somebody get ready to get educated, sir. Yes, sir.
You guys want to step in and talk? Or?
Denise, I'm not going away until your husband stops fucking finding me and threatening me while I'm at fucking work.
Cagney, cut it out, man.
Oh,
Let me
wait.
talk to them.
Arrest me.
I'm not
you
arrested
kidding?
right now. Relax.
You fucking niggers.
Just cut it out, dude.
That's what you see, Brandon.
Clearly, he is the one harassing. Clearly, he's the one that's aggressive.
That should not be allowed to go on.
I agree.
I'm pretty sure he gets charged with a hate crime.
You guys all live at 1101? Or?
No, just me.
Okay.
Don't want to litter on our property.
I appreciate that. Thank you. You want to go and talk real quick? Let's see what's going on here.
Circus? Did you know there were some monkeys out
Cagney, cut it out, man. Go home.
Why haven't you put him on the ground yet? I mean, Jesus. So, protesters gathered outside of the home of the man on video, shouting offensive and racist slurs. Since you know he put his address out there for them. On Monday evening, prosecutors said at a press conference that they were bringing new charges against Matthews based on additional video footage, but did not say what the new charges were. They originally charged him with harassment and biased intimidation, but he was issued a summons and not arrested. Police officers stood at the door of Matthews' home while protesters gathered outside on Monday when police moved to arrest Matthews around 7:30 p.m. Footage posted by a reporter shows protesters throwing objects toward officers and Matthews as they walked to the police car, and then as the car drove away. Shit, I want to see that. Let's see if it's in this thread here.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
So once again, don't put your address out there. Acting like a racist asshole. Not a good idea. Well, I mean, he's got cops protecting him so that doesn't happen to him. Also, I'd also like to take this time to point out it's the left arm, not the right arm. This dude's got it right. The left arm is leftist. Now, when the Olympian, who was it, the runner, held up the right fist, there was a reason he held up the right fist. I can't remember what that was.
Laurel, New Jersey. This is the scene now here at 3 o'clock this afternoon. This protest has been ongoing now for several hours. If you've been following
They were outside of his house all goddamn day.
Case of Edward Cagney Matthews. Edward Cagney Matthews. He was a man who was seen and reported.
He looked like an Edward Cagney Matthews.
A racist rant to a family here in this neighborhood. At one point in the video, he actually encourages people to come to his home. He gives out his home address, and that is what has happened here this afternoon. Hundreds have now gathered here to.
Also, I'm going to assume you about to lose your job. You about to lose your job.
Protest in front of his home in response to that racist video. Other people here telling us they've had other encounters with Mr. Matthews over the years, and that police have been able to do nothing in their cases. So this is all culminated here in this large protest here in this Mount Laurel neighborhood.
I want to see him purple walk him. Now the reporter said that's about 3:30. Oh, here we go. This is the perp walk. This is the good shit. And he's only being arrested because of the protest. They actually issued him a summons. And they're probably taking him in because they felt he was unsafe. They took him in for his own protection. He kept claiming it was a common area and that the dude didn't live there, like he was with somebody else. I don't know what the details are, but it did indeed look like he was on the other guy's property. Fuck yeah, pelt those cops. Smacking him in the head with a Black Lives Matter flag. But once again, the system didn't work. It took this kind of fucking protest in order to get the motherfucker arrested. Love it. Love the scene. Now they're throwing shit at his house. Probably just a rental, though, unfortunately. I hope he has to pay for the damage, though, because he caused it. Police say they are investigating other incidents involving Matthews. It was not immediately clear if Matthews has an attorney to represent him. A working phone number for Matthews could not immediately be found. Wow. All right. Moving to the other coast. This one happened Thursday or Friday evening. Trans protest leads to violence after viral patron video. A spa in Los Angeles became the site of brutality this weekend after protests took place against a trans person who allegedly revealed themselves to a woman in the female section. I mean, it's a spa and she's a woman, so... Several people took to the streets of Koreatown Saturday for what you may consider anti-trans demonstrations, which were met by counter-protesters, with both groups clashing in violent ways, much of which was filmed and circulated online and made for crazy video. So the first video they cite here in this TMZ piece is actually Andy Ngo, who, by the way, I will never not take the opportunity to point out, has been fired 3 times for lying. He was fired from Quillette. I always fuck up the group. I always call it the 3%ers or something, or Patriot Prayer. It's Patriot Prayer. Patriot Prayer. He was caught with Patriot Prayer as they were planning an attack that they've actually been charged for. Andy Ngo, the guy who talks about how Antifa is violent, was caught with an actual terrorist group while they planned violence. Didn't make a video about that, though. I don't know who the dude is that they're like assaulting. It looks like he has some camera equipment though. But it could be another provocateur, much like Andy Ngo. He just darted into traffic. He's clearly scared of, the Antifa wimps. Absolutely. No, doesn't do anything that's not taking the side of fascists. I still can't believe Joe Rogan had that asshole on to talk about his phony attack. So more footage from No. Antifa assaults street preachers who tried to attend the WI spa protest. I don't know if that's the name of the spa.
Looking for me? Looking for me? What? We want you to go to heaven. Only Jesus to heaven. You're gonna get hurt. Let him turn around and walk. Let him turn around and walk. You don't want to be here. Go down and leave. You don't want to be here. Fuck you and your fucking hate.
Yeah, fuck your hate. So remember, pushing is assault now. I'm not seeing any assault at all. Yo, making it out to be something that it's not. One person claims that they had a WI Spa protester pull a gun on them, posted video of a man who appears to take a firearm out of a backpack and then tuck it into his waistband. When asked what it's for, he's heard on camera saying, something to shoot you with. Now, this isn't from you. So, yeah. Notice that Nyo didn't post the guy wearing the American flag bandana with the shirt that says stand for the flag and kneel at the cross, pulling a gun out of a dude's backpack.
What do you think? Something to shoot you with.
All right.
Nyo didn't videotape that, but claimed that the people pushing the street preacher that was harassing people was violent. Chaos all stems from a now viral video from last week that shows a woman confronting the WI Spa staff over what she claimed, and I don't know if it's We Spa, maybe, over what she claimed was a man who was sitting naked in the woman's side of the spa, allegedly exposing his penis and genitals to adults and children alike. Doesn't sound right. The We Spa staff seems to be fine with it, explaining to her that they respect trans people's rights and that apparently includes letting them go to the part of the facility they feel most comfortable in. That didn't sit well with the woman, who essentially said she felt violated.
We Spa, so it's okay. I just want to be clear with you. It's okay for a man to go into the women's section, show his penis around the other women, young little girls underage. Your spa, We Spa, condone that. Is that?
Why do you have underage children in a spa, first of all? Is that a thing? Because you can disrobe in a spa, right? I'm not bougie enough to have ever been to a fucking spa. But that seems like a thing that would happen, right?
We Spa, so it's okay. I just want to be clear with you. It's okay for a man to go into the women's section, show his penis around the other women, young little girls underage. Your spa, We Spa, condone that. Is that what you're saying? Like I asked. So he could stay there. He could stay there. What sexual orientation? I see a dick. It lets me know he's a man. He's a man. He is a man. He is not no female. He is not a female. He is not a female. Hold on. He is not a female, sweetie.
First of all, mad props to a trans person who actually felt comfortable disrobing in front of other people. That's amazing to me.
You sided with him. So We Spa is an agreement with men that just say they are a woman and they can go down there with their penis and get into the women's section. Is that what you're saying? What really? What law? What law? So women can go into the men's with their breasts. Okay.
This should happen there. We're not going to come back.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't come back either.
Kick her out.
You got a man with his penis talking about he's a woman. He ain't no woman. Yeah, give her money back.
Are you talking about a transgender person?
There's no such thing as transgender. He has a dick. Okay? He has a penis. His penis is hanging out. Okay, no, I'm not one. Actually, I'm a woman who
Yes.
speak up for my right. As a woman, I have a right to feel comfortable without a man exposing himself. Okay? No, you go somewhere else. Okay, so that's right. No.
Mad props to this dude.
He has a penis, just like you do. Are you?
No.
Yeah. Okay, it's not okay.
It's not okay.
Okay, that's traumatizing to see that. I'm a woman. I think
Yep.
this is a place right here, I'm told, only for women. So how dare you sit up here and tell me I don't have a right as a woman to defend?
If it's a transgender.
I'm telling you, he has a penis, a full and testicles. Okay, and I don't care
what?
Wow! The human anatomy offends you.
Okay. And if we went into the men's section with our anatomy, that would be.
Well, it wouldn't probably, but you might.
And then the dude's like, I wouldn't offend me.
And we don't know. But for me and for a lot of other women, they do not feel comfortable, and it's not okay.
Well, then don't go to the fucking spa.
You're sorry. You should be, sweetie.
You do whatever the fuck you want in your own house.
I can tell you that much. All right? And I know you're out of order. Yeah, it must be hard. It must be hard not being a real man, huh? Try it. So, like I said, I want every woman get all of their information. Okay, well, I don't care what the security guard. He's just security.
And she's videoing everybody in the lobby violating their privacy? Well, she's talking about her privacy?
No. He doesn't want to be.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying he should have not been allowed to.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. We know that.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
No,
So-
we knew.
I was seeing a trans girl one time, and her roommate walked in on her in the bathroom, and she came back out and said, "That is the most girly penis I've ever seen in my life." And that cracked me up. Yeah, well, was there a kid there? Why are kids allowed in a spa where people can disrobe anyway? That doesn't seem right. None of this seems right. Yeah, the thing that is most offensive about that is that woman's rant. Somebody appears to have been ID'd as the trans person in question, but it looks like folks might have jumped to conclusions because they've denied being the individual from last week, but have been attacked and threatened physically and online nonetheless, because of course they have. Oh, okay. I can't go back, unfortunately. It's goddamn Instagram, and it won't let me. Oh, okay, it will. Okay.
Security?
No. He doesn't want to be.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying he should have not been allowed to. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. We know that.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
No,
So-
we knew that.
I think she's in the wrong. Jesus. All right, you want to talk about some hacking? Let's talk about some hacking. Hackers behind holiday crime spree demand 70 million, say they logged 1 million devices. Apparently this is just going to keep happening. The hacker gang behind an international crime spree that played out over the 4th of July weekend said it has locked more than 1 million devices and is demanding $70 million in Bitcoin to set them all free in one swoop. The gang, the Russian-connected Are Evil, makes me think of like some kind of Resident Evil game or something, is best known for previously having hijacked JBS, one of the world's largest meat suppliers, briefly halting its operations across much of North America, but this attack's potential scope is unprecedented, some cybersecurity experts said. When Sparkles and I went out the other day, by the way, I think Sparkles may have the COVID. Put your mask back on if you haven't been wearing them, guys. Shit. When Sparkles and I went out the other day, she said there was intermittent cell phone outages because we had been, whatever service we were on had been hacked. Our Evil began its spree Friday by compromising Kasia, I don't know how to pronounce that, a software company that helps companies manage basic software updates. Because many of the customers are companies that manage internet services for other businesses, the number of victims grew quickly. Instead of locking an individual organization, as ransomware gangs usually do, Our Evil locked each victim's computer as a standalone target and initially asked for $45,000 to unlock each one. President Joe Biden told reporters Sunday that he has directed the full resources of the government toward investigating the problem. Well, that makes me feel a lot better. Joe Biden's on the case. The U.S. government. They never fuck up anything. The Swedish grocery chain Coop is the largest known victim. It closed most of its about 800 stores all day Saturday. Its registers were controlled online by Visma Escom, a Kasia company, and locked up and rendered unusable. Exactly how many systems have been infected is unknown, although the number is likely to be sizable. The cybersecurity firm Huntress, which is helping Kasia's response, said it is aware of more than 1,000 businesses that have been affected. Shit. I'm not high enough for this. And also, I'm out because my dude, who usually when he says he's out of town, it's like, I'll be back tomorrow, told me, like, I'll be back this weekend. I'm like, oh, yay. So that's why I might have a little bit more edge to me tonight. Might be a little more salty than usual. All right, so this is, I think today. Doesn't say what beach it is. It's on Florida's Gulf Coast as Hurricane Elsa moves inland. Oh, absolutely. They should investigate. I was just mocking it. Oh, God. It's spreading like wildfire. We're going to talk about that here in a second. And, like, Sparkles has been down for Thursday? What, 5 days now? 6 days? Still not feeling good. Because I asked her if she wanted to come over and watch Superman with me last night. Richard Donner died. So I watched Superman 1. Kind of boring at the beginning. Gene Hackman shows up. It's not a very good movie. Hackman shows up and it's pretty good from that point on. I hadn't seen Superman since, God, I was probably like 9 or 10. The more fireworks from over the weekend. The condo that had partially collapsed was demolished. It was brought down Sunday night, I think. Maybe Saturday night. Saturday night. Let's watch the demolition. Just because explosions are fun. Now, I will say a judge denied requests for people to be able to go in and get their belongings, including one person who wanted to go in and find their cat. And whew, that bothered me. That is the demolition of the rest of the building. Oh, I understand that completely, Adam. That makes perfect sense. I'm sure you got PTSD from that. I completely understand why fireworks suck for you. Now, they had stopped the rescue efforts Thursday night, Friday, because they were afraid of the integrity of the building. They were afraid the rest of it was going to come down. I assume there is no more rescue effort. It's a body recovery effort now, unfortunately. And another unfortunate thing on top of the fact of the people dying in the building collapse is that firefighters at Surfside have tested positive for COVID-19. Miami-Dade Fire Chief Alan Kaminsky said Saturday that at least 6 firefighters who had been assisting in search and rescue efforts at the site of Surfside, Florida condo building collapse have tested positive for COVID-19. The fire department had confirmed the news in a press briefing Saturday morning, saying that members of a Florida task force from outside Miami-Dade that had traveled to the area reported the positive tests. Minsky said that the specific task force has since left the area and that following the positive tests, COVID-19 testing was conducted on all 424 Florida task force members, in addition to the ones who were from the task force that left. The fire chief said officials will continue to monitor the situation. So, sad story as the rest of the country sees rising COVID cases. COVID-19 is up in nearly half of the U.S. states. Wow, wasn't it just like what? June 15th, June 14th, somewhere around there? A lot of municipalities were lifting their restrictions and were like, hey, go back out, act like normal, everything's cool. COVID-19 cases are trending upward in nearly half of all states in the U.S., according to a new analysis of Johns Hopkins University data by the USA Today. Coronavirus infections in Alaska and Arkansas more than doubled in the last week. Cases in South Carolina and Kansas have increased by more than 50%. The number of individuals hospitalized with COVID-19 spiked by almost 30% over the July 4th weekend in a hard-hit Missouri area. The increase in hospitalizations in the area, which has a low vaccination rate, caused a temporary shortage of ventilators and a plea for help from respiratory therapists. The state of Missouri has seen the highest number of new cases per capita over the past 2 weeks in the U.S. Only 39% of its residents are fully vaccinated. The Delta variant, which was first identified in India, has been one of the main forces behind the rapid spread of COVID-19 throughout Missouri. The newspaper reported the new strain has made matters much more difficult for hospitals in Springfield and has sparked fear that the circumstances could worsen following holiday gatherings. They absolutely will. But we are seeing like 99% of the people who are still dying from COVID are unvaccinated. So that is proof that the vaccinations work like a magic bullet. According to officials cited by the USA Today, approximately 95% of those hospitalized in Mississippi have been unvaccinated. Dr. Fauci said on Meet the Press on Sunday, if he would wear a mask in Biloxi, Mississippi, considering the state's low vaccination rate, he responded, I think there would be good reason to do that. I think there's good reason for all of us to do it all over the country. But fucking Republicans are pushing for the National Transportation Safety Board to lift all fucking restrictions. It's insane. But you know, it was okay to send your kids to summer camp, right? 125 COVID-19 cases linked to Texas church summer camp. More than 125 people who attended a summer camp run by a church in Texas, of course it's a church, have tested positive for COVID-19, according to its pastor. Bruce Weasley, the lead pastor of Clear Creek Community Church, said the outbreak stemmed from a camp for students from 6th through 12th grade, which more than 400 people attended in June. Because mass gatherings are such a good fucking idea right now. Unfortunately, upon return from camp, 125 campers and adults reported to us that they had tested positive for COVID-19. Additionally, hundreds more were exposed to COVID-19 at camp. Now, I'm not saying camping wouldn't be a perfect thing to do during a pandemic with your small little group. Together, away from people. Great idea. Go spend some time in nature. Don't go to fucking church summer camp, you idiots. Wesley also stated that services at all 5 of Clear Creek Community Church's campuses south of Houston have been canceled. amazing. I'm surprised he didn't say, well, God's going to protect us. We're still going to open our doors. From the beginning of the pandemic, we have sought to love our neighbors by practicing strict safety protocols. Wow, what a refreshing thing to hear from a pastor. We are surprised and saddened by this turn of events. I don't know why you're surprised. Our hearts break for those infected with the virus. CNN reports that the Galveston County Health District was notified of the first COVID-19 case on June 27th. The camp itself was held outside of the county. A county health official said in a statement that the incident is a reminder that COVID-19 is still here and we have to take precautions. I'll say officials are warning that unvaccinated people are variant factories. Unvaccinated people do more than merely risk their own health. That's exactly right. They're also a risk to everyone if they become infected with coronavirus.
Restrictions now delayed in parts of France.
Shut the fuck up. That's because the only source of new coronavirus variants is the body of an infected person. Unvaccinated people are potential variant factories, according to Dr. William Schaffner, a professor in the Division of Infectious Diseases at Vanderbilt University Medical Center. The more unvaccinated people there are, the more opportunities for the virus to multiply, Schaffner said. When it does, it mutates, and it could throw off a variant mutation that is even more serious down the road. All viruses mutate, and while the coronavirus is not particularly mutation prone, it does change and evolve. Most of the changes mean nothing to the virus, and some can weaken it. But sometimes a virus develops a random mutation that gives it an advantage, better transmissibility, for instance, or more efficient replication, or an ability to infect a greater diversity of hosts. So are you guys ready for this one? Why health officials are watching new Lambda coronavirus variant. The variant carries a number of mutations that could potentially aid its spread. This is Life Science we're reading from. A coronavirus variant known as Lambda is gaining the attention of health officials as it spreads around the world. They've started naming them after the Greek letters of the alphabet to, not the Indian variant or the UK variant or whatever, as to remove the stigma from them. So now it's the Delta variant, the Lambda variant, blah, blah, blah. The variant, also known as C37, was first detected in Peru in August of 2020. I don't know that there hasn't been other variants identified, but that this is the one that's concerning them right now. This was I think I first heard about the Lambda variant yesterday or day before yesterday. So possibly one of the other variants is mutated. It's not as infectious or whatever. So it is now a variant of interest, or VOI, and they named it Lambda. VOI means the variant is increasingly showing up in communities and has mutations that are predicted to have some effect on viral characteristics, such as increased transmissibility. In contrast, officials use the term variant of concern, or VOC, once reliable data shows that the variant has increased transmissibility, such as what has been seen with the Delta variant. So far, Lambda has been detected in 29 countries with high levels of spread in South American countries. In recent months, the Lambda variant was detected in 81% of COVID-19 cases in Peru that underwent genetic sequencing. And in Chile, the variant was detected in about 1/3 of cases, the WHO said. It's all worrying to me. I see the train a-coming. But from talking about COVID's possibilities to talking about its origins, we're going to be reading from the U.S. Sun on this one. I want to point out that the Sun, not necessarily the most reliable publication. I actually have a video of this, so let's check it out.
There's an alternative hypothesis that it went from a bat virus, got into a laboratory, where in the laboratory it was taught, educated, it evolved so that it became a virus that could efficiently transmit human to human. My professional opinion as a virologist is that's the hypothesis that I support. There's an alternative hypothesis.
Totally on board with the lab leak theory, as well as the only foreign scientist to have worked at the Wuhan lab. Danielle Anderson, an expert on bat-borne coronavirus, was working at the notorious Wuhan Institute of Virology just weeks before the first known cases of the killer virus emerged in China. What's up, Stark Raving? Australian scientist Anderson had a front row seat in the weeks just before the pandemic, with her stint at the Wuhan Institute of Virology officially ending in November 2019. Wow. The high-security facility has become the eye of the storm, as many suspect the virus could have somehow leaked from its labs and gone on to kill almost 4 million people worldwide. Now, I want to point out that the lead scientist at that lab had that exact concern when she first heard about the pandemic. She went back, investigated the viruses in the lab, and determined that the strain did not come from the lab.
A thump on my bed.
Christine Frank had quite the wake-up call.
I have no clue where that's coming from. However, while she concedes it is possible the virus could have escaped from the lab, she believes it highly unlikely, backed the natural origin theory, and says a full investigation is needed into COVID's origins. Anderson told Bloomberg she could foresee how things could maybe happen and added, "I'm not naive enough to say I absolutely write this off." So that's where we're at right now. The lab leak is a possibility. This is bolstered by the fact that we have a report that Chinese military officials were some of the first that were infected with the COVID. I think my bong doesn't have any in it to rip on, sir. I got something in the pipe here. So, that's also the take from the scientist from the WHO. Now, apparently, he has a conflict of interest, the right-wingers are saying. But he was the one that was in the emails to Fauci that said, hey, this could have been a lab leak. But after he looked into it, he agreed it was probably of natural origin. Anderson reportedly rated the likelihood of a researcher being infected as extremely slim, but she did concede she could not rule it out and confesses she doesn't know what everyone in the lab was working on at the time. Was it Redford? I was wanting to say it was that Peter Dosiak or whatever. I didn't want to say which one it was because I thought I was going to fuck their name up. Apparently, she's also been subjected to threats of violence from U.S.-based trolls and had to file a police report. The lab leak theory has stepped from being dismissed by some as a conspiracy theory to being taken seriously by the world's intelligence agency and many in the scientific community. But still, there's not really evidence for it. So this article coming to us from CBS, COVID-19 Wuhan lab leak hypotheses are absolutely legitimate and plausible, experts say. U.S. intelligence community is nearly halfway through a 90-day review of the origins of COVID-19. Investigators are looking at whether the virus emerged naturally from human contact with an infected animal or if it accidentally escaped from a lab in Wuhan, China. Former State Department officials tell CBS News significant information about the Wuhan lab's activities in 2019 was buried in government databases and didn't reach their desks for nearly a year. In southwest China, the nearest known relatives of the COVID-19 virus were discovered in caves nearly a decade ago, more than 900 miles from Wuhan, where the coronavirus pandemic began. I give Trump credit for the fuck up. It's impossible to tell whether the last bit of evolution took place in a laboratory or whether it took place in nature. Stanford professor and microbiologist David Relman told CBS News. Relman is no stranger to complex cases. When anthrax was sent through the mail in 2001, Relman reviewed the science underpinning the FBI probe. Now he's advising the government on the science behind the pandemic's origins. Apparently, there was an anthrax lab leak that the Russians denied at one point in time. So, we have a historical precedent for a government denying a lab leak. I'm still waiting to actually get some evidence, some positive evidence. There's speculation. There's some positive evidence is needed in order to move forward with calling the lab leak plausible. I didn't know that anthrax is like naturally occurring, and that's scary as shit. Like it can just be found in the dirt somewhere. Now it's rare, but like you can just be rolling around in the dirt and get some anthrax on you, and that scares the shit out of me. Afghan and American officials dispute the details of the U.S. pullout from Bagram. This is an interesting story. I'm ready to get the update on it. 5 days after the final U.S. troops left Bagram airfield in Afghanistan, the Pentagon is defending itself from criticism by Afghan military officials who have accused the U.S. of secretly slipping out overnight, shutting off the electricity and prompting a security lapse that allowed looters to scavenge the facilities before Afghan troops were able to retake control. Apparently, the Taliban showed off the guns that they stole from the U.S. In the latest mishap in the U.S. military withdrawal from the country after 20 years of military presence, a process President Biden has promised will be complete by September 11th. I think it's going to be complete sooner. I think by the end of this month. Bagram Airfield, about an hour drive from Kabul, was the center of operations for the longest-running war in U.S. history. It housed tens of thousands of troops at its peak, with planes and helicopters coming and going at all hours. Do you think this had something to do with Donald Rumsfeld dying? Us being in Afghanistan was one of his Horcruxes or some shit? Oh, I'm not surprised the military was inept. Absolutely not. Of course it predicted the cat's ass. Bagram. But seriously, I should not be doing this show sober. Bagram Airfield, about an hour's drive from Kabul, was the center of operations, and I'm reading the same thing over again. A story published Monday by the Associated Press cited Afghan military officials in reporting that U.S. forces had left the base overnight without notifying the new Afghan commander. I didn't even know. I thought he was 86. If he was 88, he died. He Heil Hitlered right on out of the earth. Shit. Heil Hitlered right off the mortal coil. Speaking at a press conference Tuesday, Pentagon spokesman John Kirby declined to dispute the Afghan commander's statement that he had not been briefed on the departure, but Kirby insisted the U.S. withdrawal from Bagram had been communicated to high-level Afghan officials, saying the final conversations included a joint walkthrough of the facilities, which occurred roughly 48 hours ahead of the departure. Now, our withdrawal from Afghanistan has also sparked the Taliban to accelerate peace talks. The Taliban on Monday said it's accelerating peace talks with the Afghan government, with written peace plans possibly coming as soon as next month. Peace talks and process will be accelerated in the coming days, and they are expected to enter an important stage. Naturally, it will be about peace plans, a Taliban spokesperson said. Possibly it will take a month to reach that stage when both sides will share their written peace plan. Although we, Taliban, have the upper hand on the battlefield, we are very serious about talks and dialogues. Huh. My political leanings are that right-wingers are fucking morons. All right, let's get some fun shit. Unless somebody wants to hop in the Discord or call in and argue. I think conservative Twitter users are fucking stupid. And they mass reported me and got me banned, what, in 2018, 2019? Conservatives in general are fucking idiots. Now, if you want to come in here and make some argument about cancel culture, I need you to take my side first. If you want to talk about cancel culture, you take up for the leftist, who has been fired from multiple radio stations, who's not allowed to perform comedy in several venues, who's constantly banned. I'm in Facebook jail right now. I've been banned from Twitter for years. So if a right-winger wants me to take them seriously on the idea of free speech and censorship, I need them. Yeah, it's not Twitch going through Restream. Oh, the Onion about the Onion article from 10 years ago where they're talking about how the U.S. was going to slip out in the middle of the night. That was fantastic. I know what you're talking about. Hold on, Smokey. I'll let you go outside in a second. We've only got a couple more stories to do, and it's fun stuff. Let's go to the baseball field. This is a fantastic video. Let's give this guy mad props. Notice that he's holding a baby. Almost drops the kid, catches the ball, barely spills any of his beer. Look at that, that dude's face was great. Whoa, he caught it barehanded. Still's able to hold on to the baby. Look at that dude's face. This woman's amazed too. It is kind of fucked up, but you gotta give him props. Damn. One more time. Catches the ball barehanded. Let's go the kid, but still grabs her. Barely spills any of his beer. That dude's face is cracking me up. But yeah, he did kind of not have a regard for his child there, didn't he? And caught it barehanded. I mean, I agree, but you gotta admit that's fucking cool. I can't believe, like, it was a stupid move on his part. I agree with you guys. But that was badass. All right, we can ban men, but we cannot ban cute-ass dogs like this one. I don't know if I've ever played a video by Stevie the Wonder Dog, but I fucking love Stevie the Wonder Dog. He has a neurological disorder that causes him to kind of wobble around a little bit. Other than that, he is completely fine. He is adorable, and he's going to do a little dance for you for the 4th of July. Look how sweet that is. So in the video, he's dancing to Party in the USA. It doesn't like, I have the volume up. I encourage you guys to check out Stevie the Wonder Dog on Facebook, Instagram. I love his videos. Hey, let's not bash on Miley now. I love me some Miley. Not necessarily the Hannah Montana kind of Miley, but once she started doing shit with the flaming lips and stuff, fuck yeah. I love puppies. As I always try to end on a puppy video or an animal video. Oh, it's not Monday, is it? I am not going to try to sing Party in the USA for you guys. I was going to send you over to Media Winch, but it's not Monday. I forgot I took Monday off. Looks like my buddy SJW 3000 is on. We haven't rated SJW in a while. I'm sorry, SJW 9000. What? Off till Thursday? No intellectual Dollar Tree this week? I'm upset. I encourage taking time off. I probably shouldn't have, just because, like, this past week, the video with the woman from Alabama kind of went a little viral for me, so I should have, like, capitalized on all the attention I had. I should have done the Trump speech on Saturday, the Biden speech on Sunday, and then done a show on Monday. But, you know, I'm also lazy, and I sat here and played video games the whole weekend. Because, you know, why not? Alright, guys, that's going to do it for me. If you are watching on Twitch, I'm sending you over to SJW9000. Be sure to click on his channel. Go ahead, light one up. Tip one back. It's all right to have a little fun before you hit the sack. We'll see you tomorrow night on the Troll Patrol Live.